Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the last week of December moving into January. I do hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to take a quick second just to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Taurus out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Taurus, get in where you fit in. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Taurus? Taurus. All right, Taurus, you're starting out with the Six of Swords. You have the Page of Cups reversed, and you have the Seven of Swords. So Taurus, it looks like you're kind of sneaking away from a situation. It's possibly with somebody new here, but it didn't work out and you're not feeling it. I do see you moving away from what you're perceiving as chaos here, but with the Seven of Swords, it's almost like you're kind of sneaking away, like in the dead of night. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Taurus energy. Show me who is in Taurus energy. All right, so the person that's in your energy, we have the Hermit in the reverse, sign of Virgo. We have the Strength card, sign of Leo, and the Hangman in reverse, sign of Pisces. So whatever's going on with this person that's in your energy, it's pretty big. It's a big deal because they have all major arcana. This is somebody in your energy that you may have been on break with. You may hear from this person. This person has been soul searching. They've been working on themselves with the Strength card here. This is somebody that is very strong in character. And I do feel like there was some kind of deceit in this connection. And this person felt like there was toxicity here. There was some kind of toxicity here. And they felt like they had to free themselves from this. Otherwise, they were going to continue to stay stuck, and they were going to ultimately get hurt by whatever this poisonous energy was. This is a very strong person that has been doing a lot of soul searching. They do feel like they have found the answers that they've been looking for. Let me see the energy between Taurus and this person. See, you have feelings for this person. Because this looks like a past person. I feel like you've ended something possibly that was pretty superficial with somebody that was new. But this is a past person here. And I do feel like you've had feelings for this person, but you've kind of pulled back. You're withholding those feelings. Let me see. All right, so the energy between the two of you is the Two of Wands. Yeah, you chose to go in another direction. There was a decision made, a decision to move forward, to move away from this person. You perceived this as being chaotic. And they kind of withdrew. They kind of pulled back. So we saw a break in the communication. Show me what is affecting this situation. The Magician in the reverse. They feel like you are manipulative. This person feels like you're manipulating. I'm not sure that you are. What I'm seeing, it's possible. I mean, I don't know. But what I'm seeing here is that this situation didn't develop the way that either of you thought it was going to. And it's left a sense of inadequacy on both sides. Let me see. Show me the outcome for Taurus. Knight of Wands reversed. A lack of action. So this person feels that you've been a bit of a player. You've been in, you've been out. Right now, you're currently not talking to this person. It's almost like you, what this is saying is that you were basically emotionally avoidant, that you've been avoiding this person, avoiding your own feelings, that you kind of snuck away from this person. They waited for you for a long time, but at this point, this person is freeing themselves because they feel like it's toxic. They're not taking any action towards you. There's no communication right now. Although I do feel like this person wants communication. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and that is indicating that this is an unbalanced situation. Also be careful with your money because there could be some difficulties with your finances this week as well. But what I'm seeing here is that this person feels like they were breadcrumbed, or you feel like you were. There was an imbalance in the connection. One person was giving more than the other person. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, by the way. All right, so let's clarify your reading, Taurus. Spirit, why is the Six of Swords here for Taurus? Why is the Six of Swords here? All right, we have the Fool. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. All right, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So you're trying to get the balance back in your life. You're trying to get a new start. You're trying to move away from this connection. You're not putting any effort into this. You've chosen to go in another direction, but there's a new beginning. You're taking a risk. Be careful with your money because you could be taking a risk financially too, and it might not pan out. But I feel like you're moving away from this situation because you felt it was chaotic and you want peace. So I see you trying to find balance, trying to, you know, have a new beginning for yourself, taking a risk, not putting effort into this, but that there could have also been somebody new at some point that you could have been juggling this person and someone new. And that would have been where that imbalance came from. Why is this Page of Cups in reverse for Taurus? Show me the Page of Cups in the reverse for Taurus. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's this energy of either traveling or talking with someone new, but it didn't work out. It stalled. So there was this really fast progress with somebody new, maybe even at a distance, but it doesn't have to be. While there was that quick progress with someone new, things with this person kind of stalled out. And now it looks like you're not with either of them. It's almost this energy, Taurus, that you might be saying, okay, well, I'm going to take a break from love. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Hold on, that card fell. Yeah, there it is again. Page of Cups in the reverse. And the High Priestess in reverse. So you found out something about this new person that caused you to put the brakes on hard. Okay, so Taurus, and I have to say what I'm seeing. It looks like you became emotionally avoidant with this person. This is obviously a past person. You may have been talking with somebody new. Things progressed pretty quickly. But then you found out something about this new person and you felt like they were being dishonest. So basically what you did to this past person, this new person did to you. But there was a discovery here that ended that. And that discovery had to do with deception. But see, there's also deception on your side with regard to this person. And this person is the past person. So I feel like you may have been juggling this person and someone else, and you may have found out that the new person was juggling you and someone else. All right, so let me look at this person's energy. Why is the Hermit in reverse? So this person pulled back, and they were trying to figure out what was going on. Why were you moving in an opposite direction? Page of Pentacles reversed. The King of Cups reversed. They have feelings for you, but they have really sharply pulled those emotions and feelings back. They're not communicating. They're doing a lot of soul searching. And they may know that things didn't work out with this new person. I do feel like this person feels like everything that they were offering you was rejected. They feel rejected. And so they've kind of built this wall around their heart. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Pisces is very strong. Why is the Strength card here? So they still have all these feelings, but they're not expressing them. Four of Wands reversed. Ooh. Yeah, and there was an ending here. You may have even been married to this person, or you may have been living with them, or possibly in a long-term connection. It was definitely a devoted connection, though. And they're saying basically, okay, this ended. It wasn't stable. There was no stability here. I'm being rejected at every turn. So I'm just going to try to cut my feelings off. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to grow strong. I'm going to have to, get stronger. And they're saying that this is Taurus, that it's your fault, that this ended because of something you did. That's what they're saying. Now, I'm not saying that. That's what, from this person's perspective. You could be dealing with another Taurus, though, but I do feel like they feel that this connection ended. It didn't manifest properly because of your actions. So let me see why the Hangman is in reverse. Queen of Wands reversed. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leo is very strong. And the Sun, yeah, really strong Leo. So the person in your energy realized that at some point there was nothing else they could do, that this was bringing their energy down. They may have even been questioning their value, their self-worth, because I feel like this person waited for you for quite some time, but now they're freeing themselves because they want to be happy. So they feel like you're a player, Taurus. They feel like you're, at worst, you're a player, and at best, that you're inconsistent. Let me see the energy between Taurus and this person. Yeah, more Leo energy. Strength card in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse. So if you own a business, be very careful of any investments that you take. You may be taking a risk and you could lose quite a bit of money. So just be very careful with that. I'm seeing a loss. I'm seeing a loss of money because of an impetuous decision financially. And it's gonna put your business in jeopardy. So be careful if you own a business. Now, that being said, this person realized at some point that they had some things that they needed to work on. So I do feel like the rejection that they experienced from you moving away from this connection, not putting effort into it, kind of made them have this realization that they had to work on themselves. Specifically with regard to money and finances, but also with feelings and emotions and who they give their feelings and emotions to. So they pulled back. They pulled back quite a bit. Your energy says that you're trying to control this situation, that you want to bring balance into it, but you want the control of it. You want to dictate how things go. And this new person that you moved towards, you felt like you could control that situation, and you didn't feel that you had control of this person. Why is the Magician in reverse? All right, we have the Nine of Swords reversed, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this person in your energy has really worked on themselves. They've reversed that situation. They've done a lot of the internal work. They've they're very careful now who they give their feelings and emotions to. They're continuing to strengthen themselves, but it was the ending of this connection that caused that. They're now standing in the pretty Empress energy here with the Nine of Pentacles. So their money is getting better. They've worked on that. They're strong, they're independent, and their spirituality has increased. So while this didn't manifest between the two of you, what's happened is that this person has used it as a launching pad to better themselves, and they definitely have here. They're at the Nine of Pentacles. The next, move would be to go for the Ten of Pentacles, which is the everything card. In your energy, you feel a little bit stuck. It's like things didn't work out with this new person. It moved much too quickly, and there was no real substance there. And with regard to the person in your energy, you may have tried to reach out to this person and not really gotten any response. But regardless, you're trying to present here that you're not concerned, you're not worried about it. And it could be because, you know, you're trying to control this narrative. Let me see. I do feel like you're tired of the anxiety that's related to any kind of love relationship. That's why I'm getting this feeling almost like you're pulling back from love connections entirely. Let me see why the Knight of Wands is here. Show me the outcome for Taurus. Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Oof. So right now there's not any action taking place between the two of you. Neither of you are doing anything. I do feel like you're in this energy where you're feeling very exposed. You're looking back at everything that's happened, not only with this person, but with the new person that's in your life. There's regrets here. There's a sense here of feeling unloved, possibly even some depression. You're kind of looking at everything that's happened and trying to learn from it. But right now, I feel like you just feel that love is just not in the cards for you. And that is not true. That is not true. There is a love offer in your future, not right now. There's some things that you have to come to terms with. There are some things that you have to realize, but there is love in your future. Now, in this person's energy, I feel like you're waiting. You still love this person. You still have feelings for this person. And it's like in the back of your mind, you're questioning, do they love me still? Or is it possible? So in the back of your mind, you're thinking about moving towards them, but you're just not in a position where you want to do that right now. The problem is that they have a love offer from someone new that's coming towards them. And here's the thing. It's going to be a game changer for this person. This new person is going to make them very happy. And then you're going to be sitting in regret because it's almost like you kind of put this person in your back pocket for later. And they're not going to be there, Taurus. They're not going to be there. So if you don't take action, at least try to clear the air. There's someone new that's coming into this person's energy. It's going to start with light flirtation, but it's going to quickly build to a love offer. And I do feel like this person is going to move towards it because this new person is going to make them very happy. So bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That's underlying energy. And it indicates that there is a desire here for a reconciliation. So I don't know. I can see you're definitely going through it, Taurus. And that can't be... well, first of all, that's not easy and it can't be rushed. But if you're just deliberately holding off, thinking that this person's going to always be there, I wouldn't do that because you're going to sit in regret while they move on with someone new. Let me pull an oracle card and see if there's any further energy. All right, Taurus, we have number 16. It's called The Awakened Dead. It's about self-appreciation, resilience, nirvana. It says, the things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. Interesting. So let me read that. I don't think I've ever pulled that card, actually. All right, so your affirmation says, I honor all of me, my past, present, and future selves. This card can mean it's time for you to have a powerful moment of self-realization about the life you are leading, as if you've already lived it, as if your future self is talking to you. This card can also mean that you have been self-critical and that it's okay. You're on the right track, even if it's not going as you planned. Point of view. Imagine you're reflecting on your life from the afterlife. You're proud of yourself because you were always doing so much better than you thought you were. Yeah, you can see it now. You know it now, but you wish you could have known it then. You wish you could have seen yourself the way you see yourself now. You were so beautiful. You realize it's always been a choice that you decided to make over and over, even when you didn't want to. You didn't have to. It would have been easier, you know, not to. But you did. You chose to empower yourself to begin again, to believe again, to pick yourself back up after you fell so hard. Nose in the dirt, tears in the soil, hands grasping the earth. And it's okay if you sometimes lay there in that cold darkness a bit longer than you should have. You were in pain, you were tired, and it's okay if you judged yourself for that. You wanted the best for yourself because you believed. You chose to believe. Because even after your weakest aching, I'm so dead inside moments, you called for a rebirth and a reckoning after chaos ensued. You summoned those faintly lit and seemingly dormant powers to come out from deep within your soul. And finally they did. Sometimes you weren't sure though, and that's okay. It's just incredible that even through all the craziness of this world and the people, you did it. You know, you did it. Just wish you could have known that you could always have trusted yourself. You always could have trusted yourself. This card is a testament to the times we thought we were broken, but instead we were awakened, transformed and alchemized through darkness. A salute to all the lessons ahead and how much grace we deserve to give ourselves. That pretty much sums it up, Taurus. That does. So give yourself some grace. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Taurus. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Taurus, know that you are love, and namaste.